of our California Moms Demand Action Advocacy Day. Our Moms Demand Action, our Students Demand Action, our Every Town Survivors. I gotta give it up to our students first. I don't know, it just... Students came from Oakland, got to their school at 6:30 in the morning to be here. And so we're here today to put our anger into action, our pain into purpose, and uplifting our future generations. And so I'm just so thankful. My heart is just so full right now, and I have the pleasure of bringing up our next guest. I love her. Oakland is in my house tonight, I must say. And when she's coming up, I just want to say, Miss Garcia, I met her through a mentorship program, and I knew that she had been through a lot. But when I read the piece that she's going to perform for you guys today, it just blew my mind. How much a young person can even go through and endure and still keep a smile on her face and still want to serve her community. This morning, she brought, this young lady right here is a principal with that green sweater on. She is a principal, she brought her students here. They're located in deep East Oakland in what we call Sobrani Park, which is one of the most gun-plagued, violent neighborhoods in East Oakland. I mean, that Miss Diana chooses to do this work, working with our students in our community after all that she's been through. I just love her. I'm so proud of her, and just you guys are gonna love on her as well.
Thank you, Lydia, for inviting me here today, and to the Lodestar students that are here with us today. So, my name is Diana Garcia. I am the Oakland Project Coordinator and Manager for Vision Quilt, and we are a gun violence prevention organization, and we do it through art and design. I always knew I wanted to do work in community. I always knew that our community could be better, and when I landed with Vision Quilt, I knew that this is where I belong. Especially when I began to work at Lodestar, which was the first group of middle schoolers that I worked with. And I'm super excited to be here with this group of young ladies who have been through the Vision Quilt program. And I also lived in Sobrani for like 6 years. I grew up in Oakland. I know what the town is like, you know, and I know what our students need. And that's someone that's there to listen, right? To be there for them and to help empower them to elevate their own voices. And to let them know that they are the next generation and that have the power to change the things that are not okay. Growing up in Oakland, we normalize gun violence. You know, we normalize and think it's something that happens and it is what it is, right? But it's not normal. And I didn't even understand that fully until I started working with Vision Quilt and I started thinking about the number of people that I know that have been killed, that have been victims of gun violence. And I didn't even think of myself as a survivor for a long, long time. But now I understand that I am a survivor. And I'm grateful to be here and be able to share my story and be able to share what we do with Vision Quilt. So you see all this artwork up here, these panels. These panels are by these young ladies.
I am Dr. Baldridge, the proud principal of Lodestar Middle and High School. I am grateful to Vision Quilt and to volunteers like Diana who have come to our school community to do the work of talking to our kids about their experiences, to give them a space to talk about what's happening to them, to share the outrage that they have in their hearts and to help them release it from their bodies, put it into the air so it doesn't stay with them in their young lives. So I thank all of you for this work, for this advocacy. I thank you for seeing our bright, beautiful students who come to hear what's happening in these spaces and knowing that they belong in these spaces.
I'd like to give you this folder from Vision Quilt. It's something that really changed my life.
It's a lot of eyes on them, so I'm gonna read what they wrote, okay? Because they looked at me and said, Dr. B, we're speaking in front of all of them. You gotta be kidding me. I thought this was a small meeting. So, okay, Arroyo, raise your hand. Arroyo says, I support Vision Quilt because we need to be aware of the impact that gun violence has on the youth of our society. We have lost friends and loved ones to gun violence, and it causes trauma to us. We need a city with no guns and no mourning because of guns, and more mental health support in our schools. Abigail Garcia, raise your hand. Abby says, I support the Vision Quilt program because I think it's important to spread the word to make gun violence and bullying stop so we can make the world a better place. The more we are aware and talk about what's going on in our neighborhoods, the more we can help change it. Melissa, raise your hand. Melissa has, this is yours, right here. Yes, okay. Melissa's Vision Quilt was envisioning a world filled with love and not guns. Melissa says, I live in Oakland and I want to go out without being scared. I want to go out and just have a peaceful day, like going to the store around the corner without feeling scared. Okay, Iyani's Vision Quilt was about bullying prevention. And Iyani says bullying can cause school shootings because once you get fed up with being called names, being pushed around, being put down, it can cause you to seek violence. And you need help with your mental health. Bullying is a root cause of gun violence in schools, and we need more mental health services in our schools and in our families. The young people are the future. The young people will change the world. These ladies will change the world. I am so proud of them. Please give them a big round of applause.
I'm going to share my story and the why I do the work that I do in a home. Can I invite you to close your eyes? Take a moment to feel and not see. Let me take you on a journey. These are the echoes of my life, though this doesn't apply to just me. Imagine a world painted with shadows of fear, where the sound of gunfire is all too near. I will take you year by year. 12. Little brother on his bike innocently plays. A stray bullet grazes by in the light of day. Should we be considered lucky that at 8 he wasn't shot dead? That his childhood dreams were stolen instead? 13, and robbed at gunpoint's chill. In front of OPD, I can't believe it still. A coroner's lesson, harsh and bitterly taught. Trust and safety and justice kind of feels like fraud. 14, Ana Quinceañera. Bullet stands by where joy once spread. Frozen in fear, my end felt way too near. A friend's pull and my life was spared. Quinceañera dreams shattered instead. For why would I have one? For someone else to be filled with lead. 15, years fold, each one bringing its mournful tale of birthdays and laughter turned deathly pale. Eric, just 18 and his life snuffed out. A trigger's ease, a mother's shout. 16, not so sweet, hoping that my brother's name isn't in the streets, praying for those the bullet might meet. 17, Willie's end. 16 shots in the night. But he didn't go down without a fight. His desperate crawl, a path marked by blood. His story ends in the darkened mud. 18. Ducking into adulthood. Surrounded by peers, guns in hand, a normalcy I somehow understand. Fear, our constant companion. A silent plea for a life untouched by this violent spree. 19. In pregnancy, I thought that I could rest, but watching Sandy Hook on TV left me feeling a mess. How could this be, I thought, as a mom to be? 20. Gunshots are nothing new in the hood, hoping I don't catch someone in a bad mood. Still, I caught terrifying sights, guns drawn in anger, leaving an unbearable mark. 21. The news again, a brother shot a single bullet. Thank you, God, he is not dead. Marked for life instead. 22. And twice bullets flew my way, a lover's fury making me his prey. 23. 2 chapters ended in despair. A life for a life, I know this isn't fair. He said it was self-defense, but still someone is dead. A friend now caged, this is more than I can bear, but it doesn't end there. 24. The streets whispered a name, we called him Boom. A friend, now candles flickering flame. At 25, I almost never went outside. I chose to confine myself in art, hearing gunshots in the dark. Dedicated my life to change, bringing purpose to my pain. Now 29 and countless tales of sorrow I carry, the echoes of shots too many. I wish my brothers had the same rights as a gun. Perhaps they would still dance under the sun. So I do this work for them, too many young ones lost to this game. Without a vision, violence becomes the mission. So let me ask you again, can you please close your eyes? This is something you have to feel. Envision it with me. This is what I tell the kids. To walk like a visionary, bold and free. We all have a fire inside us, go on, ignite it. There'll be times where you feel the need to shout, feeling misunderstood, quiet and meek, even afraid to speak. See, people like you and me are born into a statistic that is hard to unsee, for they are always telling us what we are supposed to be, feeding us low vibrational energy. What they call culture, I call a symptom of systemic oppression. Yep. Over-sexualized brown girls and demonized black boys, idolizing an unattainable reality, worshiping the green and those who claim to be running the streets, hustling to make ends meet until they're 6 feet deep or behind bars. Don't you see? It's a cycle. And you are so much more powerful. I'll tell you what a visionary told me. Be bold, be free, even when it is lonely. There is power in your vision. You have a mission. You know this world can be better than it is, and it's up to you and me. Envision. Woo!